your cameras, turn on your cameras. Okay, so today, you know that is your MCQ test today. So if any doubts regarding the chapter cost of production and costs, you can ask me now. Okay, there are a number of concepts. Definitely, we can say that these concepts are applicable in the coming chapters. So we are studying a chapter now. Is perfect competition in the market. So already we noticed that almost all the things that we learned in this production and course is applicable to understand the topics in the chapter named firms under perfect competition. Firms under perfect competition. Okay. First of all, I want to know all these equations. All these equations. Equations are necessary. Okay. Formulas are compulsory. One or two formulas will be there for the examination. Okay. You want to complete it. You want to complete that. Formulas. Okay. What is AP? What is MP? What is TP, what is the function of production? What is the production function? Y is equal to Y is a function of L and K. Y is a function of L and K. Like that, various questions are there. What is a short run production? What is a short run production? And how the short run production is different from the long run production. Long run production. Okay. Next one, law of diminishing marginal product. Law of diminishing marginal product. Aditya, you got the meaning of that both now? Is that clear for you? Aditya, is the idea clear?
Sir, can you explain it more?
Okay, I will explain one more time. Law of diminishing.
Explain it once.
Okay, the law states that with the increase of variable factor. So first of all, law of diminishing marginal product, take that into short-run production. Short-run production. Okay, so what is changing here? Increase in the variable factor. Variable factor is increasing. Variable factor. Okay, short-run variable factor. Okay, clear or not? Short-run variable factor is increasing. Okay, the same time, all other factors are constant. Only variable factor is increasing the short-run production. Okay, fixed factor or a constant factor, that is not changing. That is not changing. It is constant. It is a constant. Okay, clear or not? There's no change in the fixed factor. Fixed factor. Okay, so variable factor is increasing, keeping all other factors constant. The marginal product of the variable factor diminishes after a certain level. So if the variable factor is increasing, definitely we know that for a short period of time, the marginal product of the variable factor diminishes. The first phase, the product also will increase. Okay. If you are making changes in the variable factor, the production will increase or decrease in the first phase. It will increase. It will not increase, right or not? It is almost look like almost the same like law of diminishing marginal utility. Marginal utility. The first product will give us maximum satisfaction, right? Going to the second, satisfaction level will decrease. Again, for third, it will again decrease. So over time, fifth, there is no satisfaction. Like here also, if you are increasing the variable factor, the first time or first phase, we can see the production will increase. The production will increase. Again, we are increasing the variable factor. What will happen there? The production will start decreasing. Production will start decreasing because we are not utilizing other or we are not making changes in the other factors. Only one factor we are changing. Clear or not? Only one factor we are changing. All other factors are remaining constant. So, example, if your capital is increasing, okay, in the one factory, we purchased more machines. Number of machines are there. Okay, so first period, the machines are able to produce more. Okay, but we are not making making changes in the number of workers. Clear? More the machines means more workers also needed, right? Yes or no? The same workers are doing business with the or doing production with the number of machines or more number of machines. First time with that anxiety and that use of the first time they are going to use the machines, so they will produce something there. But later they will come to know that it is difficult to operate all those machines with a limited number of laborers. So what will happen there? The production will decrease. So it is called to be what is this law of diminishing marginal product? It is called as a law of a marginal diminishing product. So we are making changes in the input, only one input, that one variable factor. In first phase, the production will increase, but later we can observe that the production will decrease. Okay. So the marginal product of the variable factor diminishes after a certain level of production. So reason for that it is Optimum combination, changes in the factor combination. Okay, so if you are not making changes in the factor combination, it will happen. Okay, for optimum combination, maximum combination we are using also, it will happen. Then after achieving the maximum, it will start decreasing. It will start decreasing. Clear or not, Aditya? Aditya.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's called to be the law of diminishing marginal product. Law of diminishing marginal product. Next one, law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion. Okay, so after the proportion of the inputs what we are using, we want to get the output, right or not? If you are using two inputs, okay, definitely we know that at least we want to get a two output, right or not? Two input, two output. So almost the same. Okay, this called be what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that written? Hmm? Law of variable proportion is a mistake is there. One is increasing returns, next one is a diminishing returns. What the third one? What the third one?
Constant return.
Constant return, constant returns. So correct that. Constant returns, constant returns. Okay, so constant return means the proportion of the output is almost equal to the proportion that what we changed in the input. Okay, clear or not? Okay, that is what the constant returns. Okay, so law of variable proportion, the law states that with the increase in the variable factor, keeping other factor constant. Here also we are making a one factor to change. Okay, one factor we are changing. Initially, the marginal product rises, but after reaching a certain level of employment, it start declining. It start declining. Okay, that's what we studied about this one. What is that? Law of diminishing marginal product. Diminishing marginal product. Okay. So first case, increasing return will be there. Increasing return will be there. Okay. Related with the proportion, we will get the more products. More products. Clear or not? Okay, if you are making changes in one variable input, what will happen there? Output will increase in the first phase. Okay, output will increase in the first phase. Then what will happen there? After some time, what will happen there? It will reduce to reach the constant return. Constant return. Inputs is almost the proportion of the inputs what we change is almost equal to the proportion of the outputs. Clear or not? Almost equal. That is called to be constant return. Again, after some time, what will happen? What will happen? It will decreasing returns will be there. Decreasing return will be there. Okay. Or that will be diminishing returns. Diminishing returns. Okay. Proportionate to the input, we are unable to create the output. Clear? Clear. So it is almost like what is that law of diminishing marginal product. Law of diminishing marginal product. But we are using three different terms to depict that. One is increasing return. The first phase, you will get more returns. Second phase, equal return. And in the third phase, the return will reduce, diminish. It will diminish. Now we understood the difference between clear or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the law of variable proportion, variable proportion. Okay. So it is related with the marginal diminishing product only, diminishing marginal product only. But three phases we are using here. One is when the productivity is increasing related to the variable factor. Okay, that is called to be increasing returns. Okay. After some time, it will become almost equal. Okay, inputs and the output will remain equal. That time we can say that the constant return, again what will happen there? It will reduce. The output will reduce. That time we will say it is a diminishing return. Diminishing return. Okay. Return to scale. Returns to scale. Remember that. Okay. Clear or not? Okay, next question is that only return to scale. Return to scale. Read that properly. Read that properly. Return to scale. Okay. So all questions are related with our textbook. Next one. Okay, what is the total variable cost? What is average cost? You want to write that properly with the equation. With the equation. So average cost is the cost per unit of output produced. Okay, average cost is the cost per unit of output produced. Simple answer. One word only the answer. All right. Okay, learn that properly. Next one. What is marginal cost? What is average variable cost? What is average fixed cost? Okay, all those things you want to learn properly. That what is total fixed cost, TFC. TFC are the costs that are incurred on fixed factor inputs and do not vary with the output. Example, rent for factory, interest on bonds are example for a total fixed cost. Okay, next one. Two more things are there. One is explicit cost, other is a implicit cost. Okay, I will explain that. Explicit cost, the cost that inputs whose payment is made to outsider of the firm, it is an accounting cost. Okay, that is not from our text, not mentioned there. So just leave that. If you want to read, you can read it, no problem. Next, an implicit cost, the cost of self-owned inputs used in the production process is called implicit cost. Example, rent to own land, interest on own implicit, etc. So if you are using our own land to produce the product, we want to pay for us, right or not? That is going to be implicit cost. If you are using others' lands, we want to pay rent for them, right? That's going to be the explicit cost. Is that clear? Is that clear? If you are using others' property or others' capital, we want to pay money for them. If you are using our land or our capital, you have to pay to ourselves. Okay, so that is going to be implicit cost. That's the difference between a explicit cost and implicit cost. Explicit cost and implicit cost. Okay. Clear? In NCERT solutions, explain the concept of production. Explain the concept of production. It's important for you people. Learn that. Okay. Next one. These questions also too important from the NCERT solution. What is the total product of our input? What is the average product of an input? What is the marginal product of an input? Okay. So what is the total product of an input? It refers to the total volume of goods and services that are produced in a firm with the provided input during a specific period of time. Okay. Total input means it refers to the total volume of goods and services, okay, that are produced in a factory or a firm with the provided input during a specific period of time. Specific period of time. Any problem in that? Total for DC only, the total volume of goods and services that are produced by a firm with a given input in a particular period of time. That is what the total product of input. Next one, what is the average product of an input? The average product of an input is the total product divided by the total amount of the variable input. Here it is a total amount of the variable input. So just to keep that in your mind, it's a short-term production. Short-term production. Okay. So average product of an input is the total product divided by the total amount of the variable input. Only one input only changing here. That is going to be the variable input, total amount of the variable input used to produce it. Next one, what is the marginal product of an input? Marginal product. The marginal product of an input is the improvement in output that is achieved by using an extra or additional unit of an input. Clear or not? So if you are adding input, you will get extra unit of output. Extra unit of output. That's what changes as per the changes in the input. Changes in the output as per the changes in the input. That's going to be the marginal product of an input, basically using the term or the symbol delta to depict that marginal products. Clear? Clear? Clear. Next one, explain the relationship between the marginal products and the total product of an input. The relationship between the marginal product and the total product. Okay. Okay, material is there with you, right? Yes or no? Everyone printed that, so learn that properly. Again, check. Any doubts are there? Means ask me now. This time there is no questions to solve mathematically. There is no such questions are there. Maybe questions are there like what is the difference between different types of productions, long run, short run. Okay, I already told you that. Okay, so if you are facing difficulty to manage time, at least write the important points there, right? Clear or not? So first of all, ready with the answer script. First 10 questions are one-word answers. So write 10, what do you can say? Maybe 10 lines are not enough, I'm thinking that. Okay, leave three lines for each one. Clear or not? Clear. 3 lines for each answer, minimum. Clear. You want to write 1 or 2 sentences, means that much space needed. So first 10 lines. 10 numbers. Okay. Minimum 2 to 3 lines you should keep for one answer. Okay. Later 3 questions are there. 2 3-mark questions and 1 4-mark question. 1 4-mark question. Clear? That is the method. Okay. If you are facing difficulty to manage the time, what I'm going to do? At least write the important aspects or important points related with the 3-mark and 4-mark question. 4-mark questions there. Okay. Clear? Clear. Okay. Anything else? Anything you want to discuss? Come on. Okay, again, we will move forward. Full form of these words. What these letters? What is that? AVC, average variable cost, right? Average variable cost. What is that average variable cost? SMC. Okay, what is that? Short run marginal cost. SMC. Short run marginal cost. Okay. So like that things are there that also want to learn properly. Here you can see equations are there, various equations are there. Every equation you want to write in a paper. So listen one thing, you no need to cheat anyone, okay? Because if you simple at a simple glance from the textbook, you are able to get that answers there, right? So while writing the examination, close your books, close your printer material, keep it somewhere and want to read the examination. Anyone can do that simply. Okay, no one can find that. Nobody can find that. Different methods you can use to write an online examination. You might practice it also. Okay, I know I will not say that each and everyone doing the same there, but not needed. Not needed. Okay, if you are cheating the examination, it means you are cheating yourself. Okay, clear or not? So they just want to understand whether you people are able to understand these things or not. Okay, so just learn these things properly and write the examination. Write the examination. Okay, no cheating or something like that. Okay, here comes TVC, total variable cost, AFC, average fixed cost, AVC, average variable cost, SAC, short run average cost, SMC, short run marginal cost. Okay, any doubts are there? Want to learn all those things separately? What is that and how to calculate that? How to calculate that? Equations are there. I told you there is no mathematical calculation, but equations will ask. Equations will ask to find out. Okay. Then number of multiple choice questions are there. Almost 404 questions are there. Clear? You read that? Do you find any mistakes there? Anybody?
How to find TPs if MP and L is given?
How to find a
TP.
total product?
If MP and L is given, there's a question in the MCQs.
P and L is given. L is given, right? Okay. If MP is there, marginal product is there, and labor also provided. Then I just want to replace that in the equation. That's it. Okay. Nothing more than that. Here, see. Okay. So MP marginal product is equal to. Tell me. Marginal product is equal to. How can I find marginal product?
Delta TP by delta L.
Delta TP by delta L input, right? Okay, here only the input. Okay, here only changes is mentioned, but not the quantity mentioned, right? Quantity not mentioned. Okay, so quantity also needed. Okay, that's what the problem there. Okay, I will explain that again. Okay, no worries in that. We will explain in the class. Okay, so next class before that we will explain that without a quantity. What is the question number? Tell me the question number.
I think it's 106 or 107.
Not 6. The question is wrong here, right? 106. Two questions are error. The total product when 5 units of labor is employed is question is not full. Okay, no. Here it is. As per this only, right? Unit of labor employed is there, and marginal product also is there. TP 0, total product is 0 level of employment. Okay, so you can calculate that, no problem. Okay, I will do that and I will send you. 106, right? 106, 107, right? Either
Yes,
same,
sir.
the same, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Next one. One question is here. Explain the concept of short run and long run. Short run and long run. Okay. Explain that. The long run is a period of time in which the producer can change all the variables involved in the production, like building machines and etc. etc. Right. So how can we find a production is long run or short run? By observing the use of inputs. Use of inputs. Okay. If all the inputs are changed at the time of production or the production span or the period of production, we can say that it is a long run production. Long run production. If only one variable is changed, we can say it is a short run production, right? Is that clear? Okay. The short run is a period of time in which the producer can only make limited changes in the production process. It is the period in which at least one factor of production is fixed while others can be changed or improved. The examples of short run can be farmer having a fixed piece of land. I don't want to discuss that. Now you know that what is mean by or what do you mean by short run production and what is this long run production. Okay, so next one, shape of different curves. Shape of different curves also want to learn properly. Okay, so U-shaped curve or inverse U-shaped curve. Okay, clear or not? Like that, number of different shapes are there, and its relations also are there mentioned in the textbook and in the note also. Okay, check that properly and learn it properly. Okay. Please give me a moment. Okay, here it is. After the law of variable proportions, the ninth question, when does a production function satisfy constant return to scale? The question is, what is constant return to scale? Constant return to scale. So constant return to scale is achieved when the change in the factor of production matches with the changes in the total output. This means that, so it's a simplified answer. This means that the efforts of the producer is improve the production are yielding appropriate and equivalent returns. So the producer is trying to improve the production. So for what he's tried, he is receiving that back. That is going to be the constant return to scale. Okay, here he is expected a particular profit. So after utilizing the inputs, he received the same. So that is going to be the constant returns to scale. Okay, this one, when does the production function satisfy the increasing returns to scale? Okay, this is basically related with the scales of return to scale, returns to scale. Okay, when does a production function satisfy the increasing returns to scale? Increasing return to scale is achieved when a change in the factor of production yields more than the appropriate changes in the total output. This means that the company has improved its productivity. Okay, so a producer will expect some particular product, okay, by using an input, but after using the input, he received or the firm received better quantity than what they expected. Okay, that is called to be that increasing return to scale. Increasing return to scale. So easily you can write that answer. Next one, when does the production function satisfy decreasing return to scale? Okay, so decreasing return to scale is when the change in the factor of the production results in the decrease in the changes in the total output. This is an indication that the changes have proved that to be determined into productivity instead of increasing productivity. So the producer is expecting some particular production by using or by making changes in the input, but he or she is not receiving a accurate amount of product after the production or output after the production. So that is called to be decreasing returns to scale. Next one, briefly explain the concept of the cost function. Cost function. The relationship between the cost of production and the total output is known as a cost of production. Okay, cost function. Okay, clear or not? So, what is that? We already learned that in the beginning. The cost function. See here. What is that? Production is the information of resources into commodities. Production function is a studies the functional relation between the physical input and the physical output. So income is equal to function of L and K. L and K. So for profit, we will use a notation. What is that? Pi, right? Pi. Clear. That also want to keep that in your mind. Pi. Next one, all these equations, total product, TP is equal to AP into L. TP is equal to AP into L. Marginal product, you can see TP, I mean delta TP is equal to delta L. Delta TP is equal to delta L. Okay. Next one, AP, average product. Okay. Clear or not? TP divided by L. Okay. So how all these things are clear for you now? Okay. Again, an explanation needed means you can ask me. So NCRT solution of here it is. QS is a when quantity produces the function of labor and K. That's already discussed. Okay. Next one. Okay. With here, fifth question. Explain the relationship between the marginal product and the total product. Okay, completed that, right? With increase in the marginal product, there is a corresponding is the total product TP, a convex curve is obtained with the effect of a till NP curve 6 minimum. So the The shape of the curve want to learn. When MP decline but it is positive, then TP increases with a declining in rate, giving total product a concave shape of the curve. When MP is zero, marginal product is zero, the total product is at its maximum. That's a factor that we want to understand. When MP becomes negative, TP, total production, will fall. Okay. So that's it. Next one, the shape. These are the shape there. Directly learned from the textbook. Directly learned from the textbook. Okay. Diminishing margin returns we discussed. Next one, variable proportions discussed. Production function discussed. Cost function discussed. Next one, what are the total fixed cost, total variable cost, and total cost of a firm? How are they related? Okay, we'll discuss that also. Next one, 13th question. What are the total fixed cost, total variable cost, total cost of a firm? How are they related? A fixed cost is a cost that does not change in relation to the total number of goods and services produced by the company. On the other hand, a variable cost is a cost that changes in relation to the total number of goods and services produced by a company. Clear or not? Fixed cost may not change related with the product or services that produced by the company in short run because they are making changes in only one variable or one input. That's called to be variable input. Okay. On the other hand, variable cost is the cost that changes in relation to the total number of goods and services produced by the company. So variable cost always will change if the number of goods and services increasing, which means we change the one variable or one input also changed. So that is called the variable cost. Next one, total fixed cost. Total fixed cost. The cost incurred by a company in acquiring fixed production factors like building, cost of machinery, and depreciation is called to be total fixed cost. Total fixed cost. The money that what we spend to purchase land, building, machinery, we are able to use that for a long period of time. But after a long period of time, we want to make changes in that. We want to repair that. Clear? So for a short period of time, anyway, we don't want to change that. So that is called to be the total fixed cost. This is a total variable cost. Cost incurred by a company on variable production factors like wages, fuel charges, okay, charges on raw material. Every day, want to spend that money, right? So that is coming under total variable cost. Variable cost. For example, for a hotelier, if you're going to a hotel, you can find a jug of water, right? Jug of water, right? So the jug is the part of the fixed cost. Clear or not? But water inside the jug, what is that? It's a variable factor. Variable factor. Clear or not? The hotelier can use this jug for a long period of time, right? Clear. But water want to change regularly, want to fill it regularly. So the jug is example for a fixed cost and the water inside that is example for the variable cost. Variable cost. Just remember that. Okay. Jug is a fixed cost and the water inside it is a variable cost. Okay. But after a long time, okay, maybe jug is using for 10 years continuously or 20 years continuously. What will happen there? The shape of the jug will change, right or not? Shape of the jug will change. Then the producer want to change it, the hotelier want to change it, right? Okay, so for a long period of production, definitely all the factors will change. That's the meaning there. Okay, yes, and total cost. The total cost of the firm is the total fixed cost and the total variable cost put together. It is the actual cost incurred by the company when producing a given amount of output. Clear? No doubt in that, right? Okay, so plan perfectly before the examination. What are the average fixed cost, average variable cost, average cost of firm? How are they related? Okay, average fixed cost is the fixed cost per unit of output produced. Average variable cost is the variable cost per unit of output produced. So it is related with the unit of output produced. Unit of output produced. Clear? So we know the equation also, right? Next one, can there be some fixed cost in the long run? If not, why? Okay, question is, can there be some fixed cost in the long run? If not, why? So, what is the answer? What is the answer? Is there any fixed cost in the long run?
No.
No. Why it is so? A fixed cost cannot be set up in the long run. Fixed cost can only be set for a short run. Since all factors of production and inputs can change in the long run, a fixed cost cannot be determined for the output. Okay, so that's what. Just take an example of the hotel again there. So in a new hotel, if you're observing a newly inaugurated hotel, you can see what is that. New benches will be there, new desk will be there, new dining table will be there, new utensils will be there, new glasses will be there, right or not? Okay. So if our hotel is running for 1 year, we can find all those things like that only, almost new and fresh, clear or not. After 10 years, what will happen to these products? What will happen? What will happen? Definitely, the furniture will get the problem of wear and tear. Utensils also will the same, right or not? Then the producer, I mean, the owner of the hotel want to make changes, or they have to purchase new one. Okay, so that changing. Okay, so all inputs will change in the long run, but in the short run, only one input will change. One input will change. That is the relation. That is the relation. Okay, everyone. Is that idea is clear? So everyone listen carefully. Good luck for your examination. In the examination, don't forget to write your name, class. Name and class, it is compulsory. Clear or not? Understand? Name, class, division, because two sections are there. Humanities is there and commerce also is there. So name, your class number, section, everything you want to write neatly and legibly with good handwriting. You should write the examination. Okay, use good pens there and take pictures. I mean, it's a night time without shadow. Okay, maybe bulb only there, right or not? No natural light. So take pictures without a shadow, Clear or not? Try to do that. Okay, everyone, thank you very much. Good luck for examination. And I'm not going to send any messages through the group there to wish you a good luck for the examination. So this is that. Clear? Do it. Aparna, any problem? Any doubt? Aparna is so
No,
serious.
sir.
Okay, all the boys also listen carefully. Write the examination in a good way. Thank you very much.